Hi lovely humans, my name is Maddie, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make some introductory level friendship bracelets, so let's go!
Alright, so what you're going to need to make some friendship bracelets is any kind of string or yarn that is in your favorite color or your friend's favorite color, some scissors, and something to hold down the bracelet as you're making it. So you can use duct tape for this, or you can use safety pins, or some people even like to use a clipboard. So the first thing you're going to want to do is pick out your colors and cut out your string. For this first bracelet, you're going to want probably about 5 colors, and the more that you pick out, the thicker it's going to be. So I've decided to go with some general rainbow colors, nice and classic. You're going to want about an arm's length of string, so just stretch it out like that, and you can use that first string to act as a guide for the rest of your colors so that all of them are the same length. Right, so what you're going to do once you've cut out all your colors is tie them in a knot at the top like this. Make sure you leave enough room at the end to tie a knot once your bracelet is finished. And I just took it and safety pinned it to my Quillo, but you can attach it any way that you want as long as it's held down as you're trying to work. Alright, so now you're ready to start going, which is awesome. So what you're going to do is line up your strings in the order that you want them to appear. So mine's going to be red, orange, yellow, etc. And all you need to know to make this bracelet is the classic number 4 knot. So what you're going to do, take your first string like this, and you're going to cross it over your second one like this. See how that kind of makes a number 4? And then you're going to pull it through. And then all you're going to do is just tighten it until it makes a little knot at the top. There you go. And on each string, you're going to do 2 number 4 knots. Awesome. So once you've tied it onto the orange one, you're going to move on to the next string. So I'm going to tie the red, make your number 4, pull it through, and I'm tying the red string around the yellow one. And as per usual, you're going to do 2 number 4 knots and pull it through. There you go, and you're going to keep going like that until you have made 2 red knots on each other string. Alright, there you go. So that is our first row done. Let me show you. Don't worry if that first row is a little wonky, it's going to straighten out once you get into the groove of things. So all you're going to do now is take your orange string and do the exact same thing. There's our second row. As you can see, it's already starting to straighten out. So you're just going to keep going with your number 4 knot all the way until you've completed your bracelet. Make sure when you're tying it, you try and keep the same pressure the whole way through. So that it's the same thickness the whole way through. So I realized it wasn't super clear before, so sorry about that. I'm getting my sister to help me film. So I just kept going after I did the red row and tied the orange string around all the other strings. And now I'm just going to demonstrate the number 4 knot one more time. So there you go, number 4. Pull it through. Oops, sorry. And 2 number 4 knots on each one. It gets a little easier once you get into the groove of things because all the strings stay in order without you having to force them. And once you get the hang of it, you almost don't even need to line up the number 4 super carefully. You just keep on going. And with enough patience and love, you're going to have a beautiful bracelet. There you go. Oh no. Alright, there you go. Alright folks, here is a finished classic friendship bracelet. Woohoo! I hope you're happy with how yours turned out. All you gotta do once you got it at the length that you want is tie a little knot at the end there, like I've done, and then you have your finished product and you can give it to whoever you want. So we're going to be making a daisy chain bracelet now. The beautiful thing about the daisy chain is it is incredibly versatile. So you can use as many or as little colors as you like. Again, the more colors you use, the thicker it'll be. One thing I find makes the daisy chain really interesting is if you have any thread that looks like this, if it changes color. So I have this blue one, for example, or this purple one that changes color. I usually like to grab a couple of those and mix it with a more solid color like that. So each color you pick, cut a wingspan's length of thread and meet me back. Once you have all your colors picked out and cut, it's time to start the bracelet. I have about 6 colors here. The hardest part about doing the daisy chain is actually beginning and ending the bracelet, so don't be discouraged if you get a little lost in this first part. Once you get the hang of it, this is a pretty quick one to go through. It's one of the easier ones that I've learned once you get the hang of it, so don't be discouraged. This is a really fun one. So I'm sure there's a fancy name for this knot that I'm unaware of, so feel free to let me know. But how you start this bracelet is you hold your thread with your thumb like that, and you wrap it around 2 of your fingers. You're going to pull the thread through, like so. So you have this little twist. Then you're going to grab this bottom thread here, and you're going to pull it through. So you have that little twist again. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to grab that bottom thread right here, pull it through, and there you go. You have that beautiful knot to start off your bracelet. If you've started your bracelet properly, what you should see is you have one thread that cuts off like this. That's the end of your bracelet. You have this loop here, and then you have this long section. So what you should notice is that this top section of threads doesn't really move if you pull on it, but these bottom threads move all over the place when you pull on them, which is great. That's what we're going to be tying all of our knots with. So all you have to do to make this one is the same motion over and over, and like I said, once you get the hang of it, it goes pretty quickly. So you're going to hold these 2 threads here with your left hand, and you're going to take your right hand through the loop, grab that bottom thread there, and pull it through. And all you're going to do is just pull until it tightens, and there you have it, 1 knot. So you're just going to keep going like that, hold these relatively gently, grab that bottom thread, and pull it through. There you go. And see how quickly we are already making progress? There you go. And if this loop ever gets overwhelmingly long like that, just pull that bottom thread until it's at a size that's easier to work with again, like this. So through. There you go. And like I said, once you get the hang of this one, it goes pretty quickly and it looks really cool too, for not a ton of effort, so it's one of my favorite ones. Awesome, so you just keep tying like that. One of the best things about daisy chain is it is super easy to erase any mistakes that you're unhappy with. Like if you tie a knot that you're not really happy with, or if one of the threads is out of place, all you have to do to fix a mistake is take this bottom thread and pull super gently until that knot slides out. Boop, there you go. See how there's a little hole? So that's the loop that we've been working with, and all you have to do is just pull from the bottom. And there you go. You've erased your mistake. So that's why I think this one is a great one. If you haven't made a ton of friendship bracelets before, it is super versatile and super easy to fix any mistakes that you're not happy with. So you don't spend all this time making a really lovely bracelet and then ruining it with one little mistake. Yeah, so I'm not really happy with that one, so I'm going to go back and fix it. Boop. There we go. And see how much we've already done. It's been I think about a minute. So once you get the hang of this one, it's super quick. And clearly I'm out of practice. Awesome, so I went ahead and finished the rest of this off camera. Like I said before, when you use thread that changes color, you end up getting this kind of cool ombre effect. I'm into it. If you're not, that's cool too. But yeah, this is what it looks like. You got this kind of funky lumpy side, and then you have this braided side. Yeah, I really love the way this bracelet looks. It's not a ton of effort and it's pretty unique looking, so that's cool. But once you're done, all you have to do to finish it is make sure it's the length that you want first, double check, because after doing this step, there is no going back, unfortunately, no matter how forgiving this bracelet is when you're making it. All you have to do to finish it is grab that thread like you've been doing the whole time, but this time you're going to pull it through the loop. And you're going to pull until you have tied it off. And there you have it. There is a beautiful daisy chain. I hope you enjoyed making yours. Alrighty, so the next bracelet we are going to be making is a Chinese staircase bracelet. This is a beautiful stripy bracelet that is pretty easy to make. So firstly, as per usual, you're going to cut out and pick your colors. I have some nice pastels here, and I took about a wingspan's length of string as per usual. And I'm just going to tie a simple knot at the top to start off my bracelet. I'm sure there's more fancy ways of starting it, but I'm not fancy, I guess. And I'm just going to grab a safety pin and pin it to the pillow I have in front of me. And like I've been saying, this one you can use as many or as little colors as you want. I'm not looking for this one to be super thick, but if you want it to be thicker than mine is, you're going to have to use more colors than 5, which I believe I use 5. Alright. Sorry, this is a thick pillow, I guess. Jeez. There we go. Secured. So how this one works is you are going to be tying forward knots around all of the strings. It's kind of similar to a classic friendship bracelet, except instead of tying each string around only one string, you're going to tie each string around all of the strings. So you're going to pick the color that you want to appear first. I think I'll pick pink for this. And all you're going to be doing is tying your forward knot or your number 4 knot or whatever you like to call it around all of the strings. And try to keep track of how many forward knots you do each time, just to keep the sections the same width. Some people like to eyeball it. I prefer to keep track, but it's all up to you. Alright, so you're going to take your number 4, pull it through, and just tighten it until it gets up to the top. There you go. So yeah, this one is just tying one string around all of the other strings. And it makes this kind of funky pattern that I'll show you once I'm finished this section. That's 4. The width of the sections is completely up to you. I usually do around 12 forward knots. I'm not sure if that's the norm or not. And sometimes if if you get lost in your head a lot like I do, you'll lose track, and don't worry about it. As you can see, each section, let me just zoom in for you here. Sorry. Each section makes this really beautiful staircase pattern. So as you're tying your forward knots, try and line up where each one finishes to keep that really beautiful pattern going. Righto. Alright, 2 colors left. I'm gonna go with purple next. And like, don't be worried if you have to eyeball it, because Honestly, I'm pretty tired and I am losing count without intending to. So, and line up where they finish. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. Last color is white. If I can get it untangled. Here we go. Alright, where does the purple finish? Actually, this is more of a very, very light lilac than it is white, now that I just realized that. Alright, there you go. So that is all the colors. So you just keep going. Now you're going to grab your pink again. And just keep going like that until you're all done. And here is a finished Chinese staircase bracelet. As you can see, that wonderful staircase pattern continues all the way down. I hope yours turned out how you wanted it to.
Alright guys, I hope you had lots of fun making those bracelets. If you'd like to, make sure to send them to STV Camp on Instagram, and have a wonderful day. Sending lots of love.